One of the things I'm most proud of is our mental health department, where we provide low-cost counseling to special needs individuals and their families. During times like this is something that everyone can use.
Hi everybody! Welcome back to another character drawing class with me, your art director from the Ed Asner Family Center, and
Grinch Man, or as you could say, I'm Edwin Paskowitz.
yeah, so we're back at you live for another character drawing class. We're so excited. I think we should have Eddie on all the time, right guys? He is such a great addition to our character drawing class because of course I can draw and you guys can watch me draw all the time, but how much more fun is it to have one of our actual participants at our center here all the time with us drawing, right? Right, Eddie? All right, so we are going to get into it. We are going to be drawing. Do you want to tell everyone who we're drawing today?
Grinch.
The Grinch. And you can tell that we are in Whoville right now. Ready? Oh, it's so cold here. Ooh. And we've got our cozy winter gear on, and we are ready to draw. Eddie, do you want to tell our viewers what kind of materials we're going to be needing for our class today?
The things you'll need will be one or more sheets of white paper.
Okay, number one. Number two?
Pen.
A pen after we use our...
A pencil.
Okay, number three. And then number four?
A Sharpie.
If you'd like. Today I used a Sharpie, if that's totally up to you.
And some colored pencils of your choice.
Yeah, so you could use colored pencils or any other colors that you have around your house. You can even paint your Grinch. That'd be super cool. And this is also a reminder that me and Eddie would love to see your Grinch. So you can send us your Grinch after drawing today at my email at Avivah, not at Avivah, Avivah at edasnerfamilycenter.org. And also you can send me any of your ideas for later on during any of our other character classes. Well, we will be taking a quick break for a week or two during our little holiday break, but we will be coming back for you to enjoy some of our character drawing classes. Are you ready to draw? I'm ready to. Okay, so let's roll up our sleeves. You ready to roll up your sleeves?
Mm-hmm.
Push them up. Ready to go? All right, and we're going to get started, okay?
Let's get started.
Okay, so let's bring our paper a little bit closer here, Ed, so everyone can see our beautiful drawings. I'm going to roll up your sleeves a little bit just so sometimes when your sleeves are down, it can kind of push your pencil around and kind of smear the drawing that you're doing, but let's get into it. Oh, Nina says, cuties, love my family. Hi, Eddie and Avivah. Hi, Auntie Nina. Love you.
Hi, Auntie Nina.
All right, so let's get started on our character. So as you can see, we are just doing the head of our Grinch. So just the profile today. So we are going to be starting with these beautiful shaped face that he has. I guess he would hate to be called beautiful, this stinky face that he has. And we are going to be making a nice pointed shape. You could tell that his smile is really curled up and devious. So we're going to make him look super sneaky today, Eddie. Okay, so the way we're going to start with our Grinch is this nice little mark that he has here. He's got a nice pointy chin. So let's take our pencils. And we are going to start with a curved line coming down to the middle and really come out wide here. So you really want a pointy chin and two nice curved lines. Make sure to leave space for those fluffy cheeks that he's got. Beautiful, Ed. So now that we've got our pointy chin, we are going to go on to the fluff. So let's do the fluff on his cheeks. So you can see that he's got about 4 little bumps that curl down. So we are curling our lines and making nice little curly, fluffy cheeks here. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And let's do the same thing on the other side. Ready? So we're going to go like the same thing on this cheek. 1, 2, 3. Can you see, Eddie? 4. Just like that. Some nice fluffy cheeks. Beautiful, Eddie. Why don't you do the other cheek too? And Eddie, I'm noticing you want to leave some space for your hat too. Or you can also make your Grinch without a hat. What do you want to do today? Hat or no hat?
Hat.
Okay. So we're going to have to make your hat a little bit smaller today. Is that okay? Because you always want to make sure that before you draw, you have enough space for the whole profile that we're doing today. That's why I started a little bit lower. I guess I should have said that a little bit sooner, but that's okay. All right, now that we've got the cheeks done, we are going to move up to these little side parts of the forehead here, okay? We're just doing the outside of the head before we go in, and I'm just doing 2 nicely curved lines on the side, okay? Just like that. Nice and pointy. So, beautiful, Ed. We are going to start with his smile now that we've got the chin and the cheeks. And we'll go back in with the hat later on, okay? So Eddie's starting with the eyes. I'm going to start with the mouth. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with 1 curved line that starts all the way up here where the fluff is, curling it. I'm starting a little bit further in on the cheek. Oh, beautiful, he just went straight into it. I'm going to try and be confident and like Eddie and make my swoop in one go. There's one side of the mouth, and I'm ending right before the chin. Going a little bit further and making the other swoop that curls in on the side. Just like that. And then to finish off the mouth, I'm doing 2 curved lines on the top. Maybe another little one. The Grinch is very wrinkly, so feel free to add as many little wrinkles and lines as you please. Okay, so now that we've got the mouth, we are going to move up to the eyes because the cheeks go in pretty far into the middle of the face. So we want to make sure those cheek lines go really deep in there. And you could tell I'm pressing really hard on my pencil right now just so you guys can see and the camera can really catch the lines that I'm making. But when you're at home and you're making characters, you really want to make sure that you're going light with your pencil in case any mistakes happen.
Here you go.
Okay, let's see, Eddie. Beautiful. And you can also add some extra lines too, Eddie, to show those wrinkles on his cheeks. That's up to you. So now let's go in for these little lines under his eyes. So to make the lines under the eyes, you're going to go right next to your cheek curves, curving those lines down. Just like that. So we're making 2 very similar looking shapes right here.
Here you go.
And you want to make sure you can leave some space in the middle for his cute little button nose. Okay, so to make the nose, what we're going to do, let's make sure there's space here in the middle. I'm going to just bring this up a little bit closer so you can see that my lines are not touching here. I'm going to just cut that off a little bit. It's a little bit too close. And what we're going to do is we're going to make his nose. So check this out. We are going to be making these 3 little bumps for his nose. 1 in the middle, 2 on the side.
Here.
Let's see. Oh, beautiful nose, Ed. Eddie already made his nose. Eddie, you want to bring yours up to the camera so that they can see? Cute. All right. So now that we've got, I'm just going to catch up to you here, Ed. We've got 3 little bumps, and now we're going to do a curve in, down, and back up, just like that. Just like a nice, soft little bird shape here. Okay, now that we've got his nose down, we're going to take the middle of that little curve.
I already did that.
And you've got that little middle line here. And we're just going to make this nice connecting, slightly curved line there. Eddie, I like how you did a little bit of a curve. Okay. Oh, and if you can look on the comments, Nava, one of our founders, is talking about our breaks that are going to be happening very soon. So make sure to tune back in after our break.
You like it?
Beautiful. All right, so now that we've got the bottom part of the eyes, let's move on to his beautiful yellow eyes, right? So now we're going to curve 2 parenthesis kind of like lines like this coming off of our eye shape that we've already made, just like that. You really want to make sure they go out kind of wide. He's got nice big eyes. And I'm leaving space on the top. I am not connecting them because we're going to add in our eyebrows. And I'm going to start a little higher up and curve down into a very angry looking eyebrow. And his eyebrows are super fluffy, which we'll get into. But let's start with this bottom line. So I'm making a nice curved line that goes up. And actually, the right eyebrow kind of goes down a little bit on the edge. Just like that. Let's see how yours is done. Beautiful. And you've already made that pupil. I'm going to go and do my pupil too. Just like that. And I'm making a half circle here. See how I'm not making a whole circle? I'm kind of cutting it off there because when you look in the mirror and you kind of make a angry eyes like this, you can see that your eyebrows kind of go over your eyes a little bit. That's why we're not seeing the whole pupil. Just like that. Okay. Now that we've got our eyes and our little beginning parts for our eyebrows, we're going to make the little fluffs. So you can see that there's a few lines, I'd say about 4 on each side, and we're going to be making a bunch of little peaks that curve up. They almost look like little eyelashes, but they're actually these incredible eyebrows that I wish I had, to be honest. They're so fluffy. Okay, so I'm making 3 little peaks on the side and then maybe one that's kind of going the different opposite direction. He doesn't have time to make his eyebrows all clean and polished, so we're going to make them pretty fluffy. So I'm making just little points that go up. How's it going, Eddie? Mm-hmm. And I'm really connecting them. I'm making them pretty dark and curved, almost like a bird wing. I'm kind of going back and forth with my pencil, making these little lines. Let's curve it down on the sides there. Maybe do an extra one here. It's totally up to you with these eyebrows. Let's see, Ed. Eddie, I'm noticing you're pressing really hard with your pencil. Try and loosen up on your hand. You don't need to go so hard.
Oh boy, I won't.
But you draw how everyone draws differently. So even though I draw soft, you could draw a little bit harder. It's totally up to you. Everyone has their own type of drawing style. So now that we've got our eyebrows down, we are going to move on to just like, let's add on a few more little wrinkles on the side of his eyes. So let's do 2 little lines coming off the side here, just like that. And I'm doing it just above our little cheek lines here. Which part are you working on, Eddie? The middle little eyebrow furrow? Okay, so let's do that part too. So to make his little eyebrow, we're going to make a little curved line. And this is his skin kind of being pushed together here. When your eyebrows furrow, you make a little, your skin kind of pushes together here. And so we're making 2 nicely curved C shapes that are kind of back to back here. Just like that.
Mm-hmm.
And now, let's see, Ed. Oh, beautiful. Oh, do we have another comment? Oh, Auntie Nina says that she was one of the stylists of on the Jim Carrey version of The Grinch. Best experience ever. That's incredible. That's so cool. I'd love to be able to meet Jim Carrey. He was an incredible. He actually played the Grinch, right? Yeah, he did a great job.
Me too.
Okay, so now we are going to get in to just a few of these little lines that happen above the brow here. Eddie's already got those down, but we really want to make sure that we're showing how wrinkly he is. So now that we've got most of the little lines down, we are going to start working on the hat. Okay, so the hat comes down pretty low on the head. So Eddie, because you don't have much space, what we're going to do is you're going to make this part of the hat. Here, show our friends what I'm talking about here. So because Eddie doesn't have much space, if you're like Eddie and you don't have much space left, you could just make the hat a little bit shorter, okay? Not so tall. Mm-hmm. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be making a cloud shape. So to start, I'm going to start on the edge here and make a C shape. And what I'm going to be doing to make this cloud shape is just kind of layering these kind of U shapes, C shapes to make a nice fluffy area. So I'm kind of just attaching the edges of my U's to make this nice little like cloud effect. Make sure you're connecting the head to the fluff. Okay, and I'm also adding some fluff behind the head. Beautiful, Eddie. You're doing a great job. So why don't you come over here now and start making, you see how it kind of comes behind the head too? We're also adding some more of those kind of U shapes. And then to make the top one, what we're going to do, here, let me help you out here. You don't want it to go too high up. So we're going to, let's stop it about like here. So go more U shapes going across and we'll make a teeny little hat. That's okay if your hat kind of goes off the page too. We get the idea. Okay, so I'm making more of those same kind of shapes that we made underneath. And I'm noticing too that I did not leave enough space for the hat as well. So what I'm going to do is to give you guys a better idea. Let's see if I have any extra paper in here. So just to give you guys an idea of what the hat is going to look like, I'm just going to add this piece right here. Just to show you guys. Oh, beautiful, Eddie. You were able to fit it in. So I'm going to show you the hat and by just kind of making it go onto this paper, because what we're going to be doing is we are going to be having the hat turn into a nice soft triangle. So soft being that there's no point at the top, nice and curved. We're going to make the little point of the hat curve down. I'm doing a lot of soft lines here, no points when it comes to the hat. A lot of Dr. Seuss's characters are very curved and flowing. Okay, just like this.
Thank you.
Let's see. Oh, Eddie, are you proud of your work? Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
That's all that matters. I always feel like if you're proud of your work, that's the only thing that matters. Your opinion is the only one that matters about your own art. So I'm going to finish it off here with some points for our little fluff ball, just connecting the hat to our little cloud fluffy shape with a little curved line there. And there you have it. I know my hat is kind of going off the paper, but that's okay. Eddie, you want to bring your picture up to the screens, up to this camera so everyone can see it a little bit better? Oh, look at those eyebrows. They're incredible. And the beautiful mouth. You know, Eddie, don't you think the Grinch kind of looks a little bit like a cat? That mouth always.
I'll put whiskers on.
Oh, do it. Yeah, I love it. I definitely suggest adding your own little flair. Eddie is adding a little bit of whiskers to his because it totally does look cat-like. Oh, incredible. All right, side by side, they are awesome. If they had hands, I'm sure both of our Grinches would high five.
Voila!
Voila! Now they could go eat some onions together. All right, that is going to do it for our class today, right, Eddie? Give me a high five. That was awesome. And let's give everyone, all of our viewers, a high five. You guys did a great job, okay? Well, guys, we'll see you next week. Or
see you next time.
Well, actually, that's not true. That was a fumble on my part. We are going to have a little break. We'll come back after January 3rd, and we will do another character that can be winter themed or can be any other cartoon character that you could think
like
of.
Summer, fall, or winter.
Yeah, so during springtime, maybe we can try and do some type of like spring character, like the Easter Bunny or something fun.
Or the Avengers character like the Hulk.
Ooh, yes. The Hulk, any type of superhero would be a cool one.
And you know what? My favorite demon, Bendy.
Oh, yeah. We could also do any type of horror creatures, too. It doesn't have to be a part of the season. We don't even have to wait for Halloween. We could always do spooky characters. The world is our oyster if we have a pencil, right? We can draw anything that we want.
Right.
Right. All right, so that's going to be it today. Thank you so much, Eddie, for joining us. And he's going to be joining us forever, guys. Just give this video a thumbs up if you think Eddie should be in all of our videos, because I think he's a good addition to our little group that we've got. But we'll see you next time, okay?
Ready.
Bye!
The last 8 months have been incredibly difficult for everyone. And to have a small business, a nonprofit that depends on the interaction and the physicality of being around people.
Yeah.
It's a huge wall that all of a sudden appeared.
For the kids that are really used to having this social interaction, they're really struggling in the COVID kind of lockdown.
We very quickly adapted, and we created online content and virtual content that we decided at the very beginning that we wanted to make for free.
Chelsea Darnell, she runs Movie Chat. She started it at the very beginning of the pandemic, and it was a way for teens all over to connect with each other and talk about movies. I think it's super fun to have that type of outlet because it gives me a chance to connect with the outside world a little bit, you know?
We have kids who are able to have something to look forward to every week and really have this social interaction online with their social club, and that's been really one of our most successful things during this time.
I think that, you know, what I see there is just a great place for people to get support and parents to get some breaks, or caretakers to get a little break.
Month after month, one of the things the parents were really saying is some regression in kids, depression, the social in-person interaction can't be compared to. So we did make the decision to totally outfit the center with COVID compliant plexiglass. And that's one of the things that we fundraise for. I mean, to be able to have these classes for the kids, it's life-changing. You know, we have waiting lists because they're so anxious to have this in-person experience. And we're one of the only essential facilities in the Valley that does in-person classes. You know, people are alone sometimes in their house for weeks and months with their special needs child, and that is incredibly difficult. It's not just about coming in to the center, it's also about having somebody to call, because a lot of the things that I'm doing now during the COVID times is fielding calls from parents who just want to talk and just want to vent and just need somebody to talk to. So I think what we're doing is really just creating a secondary expanded family, so everyone's part of our family.